We become just by the practice of just actions, self-controlled by exercising self-control, and courageous by performing acts of courage. Each human being is bred with a unique set of potentials that yearn to be fulfilled as surely as the acorn yearns to become the oak within it. Music has the power of producing a certain effect on the moral character of the soul, and if it has the power to do this, it is clear that the young must be directed to music and must be educated in it. Friends hold a mirror up to each other. Through that mirror they can see each other in ways that would not otherwise be accessible to them, and it is this mirroring that helps them improve themselves as persons. Soul and body, I suggest, react sympathetically upon each other. A change in the state of the soul produces a change in the shape of the body, and conversely, a change in the shape of the body produces a change in the state of the soul. The high-minded man does not bear grudges, for it is not the mark of a great soul to remember injuries, but to forget them. Again, the male is by nature superior, and the female inferior, and the one rules, and the other is ruled. This principle, of necessity, extends to all mankind. Suffering becomes beautiful when anyone bears great calamities with cheerfulness, not through insensibility but through greatness of mind. The beauty of the soul shines out when a man bears with composure one heavy mischance after another, not because he does not feel them, but because he is a man of high and heroic temper. The real difference between democracy and oligarchy is poverty and wealth. Wherever men rule by reason of their wealth, whether they be few or many, that is an oligarchy, and where the poor rule, that is a democracy. For imitation is natural to man from his infancy. Man differs from other animals particularly in this, that he is imitative, and acquires his rudiments of knowledge in this way. Besides, the delight in it is universal. The greatest thing by far is to be a master of metaphor. It is the one thing that cannot be learned from others, and it is also a sign of genius, since a good metaphor implies an intuitive perception of the similarity of the dissimilar. Money was intended to be used in exchange, but not to increase at interest. And this term interest, which means the birth of money from money, is applied to the breeding of money because the offspring resembles the parent. Wherefore of all modes of getting wealth this is the most unnatural. It is the mark of an educated mind to rest satisfied with the degree of precision which the nature of the subject admits, and not to seek exactness where only an approximation is possible. When you are lonely, when you feel yourself an alien in the world, play chess. This will raise your spirits and be your counselor in war. All who have meditated on the art of governing mankind have been convinced that the fate of empires depends on the education of youth. Leisure of itself gives pleasure and happiness and enjoyment of life, which are experienced, not by the busy man, but by those who have leisure. Women should marry when they are about 18 years of age, and men at 7 and 30, then they are in the prime of life, and the decline in the powers of both will coincide. Poetry is finer and more philosophical than history, for poetry expresses the universal, and history only the particular. The most important relationship we can all have is the one you have with yourself. The most important journey you can take is one of self-discovery. To know yourself, you must spend time with yourself, you must not be afraid to be alone. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Happiness is the meaning and the purpose of life, the whole aim and end of human existence. Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality which guarantees the others. Anybody can become angry, that is easy, but to be angry with the right person and to the right degree and at the right time and for the right purpose, and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power and is not easy. Excellence is an art won by training and habituation. We do not act rightly because we have virtue or excellence, but we rather have those because we have acted rightly. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. All human actions have one or more of these 7 causes: chance, nature, compulsion, habit, reason, passion, and desire. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. In the arena of human life, the honors and rewards fall to those who show their good qualities in action. I have gained this by philosophy, that I do without being commanded what others do only from fear of the law. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them, for these only gave them life, those the art of living well. The many are more incorruptible than the few, they are like the greater quantity of water which is less easily corrupted than a little. Man is the meter of all things, the hand is the instrument of instruments, and the mind is the form of forms. The most beautiful colors laid on at random, give less pleasure than a black and white drawing. Be a free thinker and don't accept everything you hear as truth. Be critical and evaluate what you believe in. At the intersection where your gifts, talents, and abilities meet a human need, therein you will discover your purpose. He who has conferred a benefit on anyone from motives of love or honor will feel pain, if he sees that the benefit is received without gratitude. First, have a definite, clear practical ideal, a goal, an objective. Second, have the necessary means to achieve your ends: wisdom, money, materials, and methods. Third, adjust all your means to that end. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. True happiness comes from gaining insight and growing into your best possible self. Otherwise all you're having is immediate gratification pleasure, which is fleeting and doesn't grow you as a person. Music directly represents the passions of the soul. If one listens to the wrong kind of music, he will become the wrong kind of person.